Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Canutalo IP. Today we are going to see how to configure an HT813 adapter in order to add an analog telephone line to the equipment and receive it on the IP PBX. If your PBX has full or damaged FXO ports, you can add an analog telephone line with this equipment. First of all, we must register the VoIP trunk, which will be very simple. We register it as a peer trunk. I'm going to edit it. We're just going to add the name, for example, HT813. We're going to target the IP address of the device. The device must be on the same network. The device has 1.205, and we target port 5062. In a moment we will see why that port. We go to the Advanced Settings tab and scroll down. Here, in the Enable Heartbeat Detection section, we have to enable it so that the trunk can be monitored. Once this is done, we go to the dashboard and we should see the trunk in blue, as shown here. In the adapter configuration, go to Basic Settings. We are going to assign a static IP so that the device does not move within the local network. We are also going to enable an ID, which can be any number. We are going to specify the SIP server and leave the default port, which is 5060. This port is the IP PBX registration port. We also enable the option to ping the device to see if it is active or not. We set it to yes and apply the changes. We go to the FXO section, set the IP address of the server, which is 1.161, and enter the ID. We had previously entered this ID in the basic settings along with the server IP address. We would do the same here on the FXO side. This ID is simply a number that can be anything. We enable SIP registration. Here, if you look, the FXO port of the ATA belongs to 5062, which is why 5062 was entered on the IP PBX side when we created the trunk. We scroll down the tab. We scroll down, and here we will find the FXO termination tab, which will be set to yes by default. We set it to no. We set enable PSTN disconnect to yes. We scroll down, and the number of rings will be set to 4. We set it to 2 so that the call to the destination extension comes through faster. We scroll down and here we select wait dial tone so that it does not wait, and for the stage method, we select 1. This is so that when the number is entered through the stage method, that number will be sent completely and immediately, which is why method 1 is selected. We apply, go to the IP PBX to the inbound route. It is worth mentioning that here we have a remotely signed extension and it is the one that will receive the call. I go to the trunk, select it, and verify the inbound route. We enter a name, enter the wildcard, and also select the extension. In the outbound route, we create a rule, enter 10 times X or X point, enter the name, the privilege, select the SIP trunk, click Save and apply changes, wait, and finally proceed to the test. We go to the Active Calls option, make an incoming call, and initiate a call from a cell phone. On the adapter side, we should see that call in the status section, which indicates ring. We go there and the phone is ringing, we answer the call and the call is established and there would be two-way audio. We proceed to make an outgoing call from the registered phone, we dial a cell phone and it would be dialing out, it is taking the trunk and it also says in use, we answer and the call is also established and there would also be two-way audio. With this, we finished the test. Without further ado, I bid you farewell. That's all for today. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. See you next time.